Forests cover over more than 30% of the world's land area, acting as a natural filtration system to many harmful gases and toxins in the airways, allowing the human body to survive. The act of deforestation is driving climate change and is the leading cause of habitat loss to millions of animals all over the world. The problem is mass deforestation, and the acting cause behind it all is due to mankind's negligence in the matter. The only rightful solution is the action we decide to take in efforts to solve the growing dilemma. Mass deforestation is a large-scale disruption in the ecosystem, which entails the clearing of large forests to make room for industrial, agricultural, and urban use, with no consideration to the permanent damage it will cause. The problem with clearing out forests to make room for human growth is there is no consideration to the natural, pre-existing habitats and animal life there is already. According to Carrie Casero, Vice President in Deforestation Threats from World Wildlife Organization, deforestation undermines the importance of the carbon sink function. It is estimated that 15% of all greenhouse gas emissions are a result of deforestation. With the rising numbers in deforestation, the problem will continue to increase. There is a great diversity within our forest, which many aspects of wildlife seek refuge. And the destruction of that refuge leaves most of the wildlife helpless and unable to survive in the new terrain that is left for them. No trees means no refuge, no habitat, no food, no shelter, and many other times than not, there is no water left for them. In the logging process, heavy equipment is used and leaves the earth contaminated with oil, fuel, and other toxins that was not previously there, contaminating the water or whatever water might be left after this process, and any other growth that maybe will occur naturally. A study is done by National Geographic shows the result of 80% of the Earth's animals and plants live in forests, and many of them cannot survive the effects of deforestation that it will cause. For example, this poor koala. These animals seek their refuge in the trees and obtain their meals in the forest, and without them, unfortunately, they will die. You see, there's no plants, trees on this forest floor with this koala, and that is where he seeks refuge, and without, there is no hope. They don't travel long distances on foot. They usually climb the trees at close ranges, and that's where they reside. Causes of mass deforestation conform to many different aspects. Agricultural farming of all different types, urbanization or construction of homes and development of land for building purposes, which many of you might see or recognize on your way to Folsom Lake College every day for school. On the right-hand side of 50 is untouched, all naturally occurring land, and within the next few years will be homes, schools, businesses. They just sold that land to develop more property. And typically, it does happen more frequently in undeveloped countries, and it's the act of illegal logging, which is the harvest of trees in rainforests and used for fuel and building purposes. Under penalty of law, there is a ban on the harvest of timber, but like poaching or any other forms of legal crimes, it is bypassed for profit and is done discreetly enough to get past the law, but not enough to get past the destruction that it does occur in the forest and cause. Slash and burn, while mostly used in undeveloped countries and areas, is also used for farming and the prevention of wildfires. What that means is, in a controlled area that has been cultivated and cleaned of any debris on the floor, that would feed an uncontrolled forest fire, would be more damaging if not done by human. But it also does pull from the natural nutrients that pre-exist in the forest floor. And that being said, what this does, the slash and burn technique, is it helps prevent the destruction of mass wildfire that are prone here in California and over many places around the world, especially during the hotter seasons. But it helps control the damage that caused. But in retrospect, it does take away from the natural nutrients when done prematurely. I have a picture here of a before and after the devastation of agricultural or illegal logging. Before and after, you see here the before of the green tall trees all bunched together at close proximity, And on the other side, you see the exact opposite. There's nothing left besides roots and stumps, and nothing left to grow after all the damage that was caused. William Lawrence from Earth Observatory of NASA reported that it is thought poverty is the main cause leading deforestation, but he truly believes that is more than one factor there's more than one factor of the deciding factors of cause of deforestation: agricultural, slash and burn, logging, and urbanization. Save the trees, save the earth, we're the guardians of nature's birth. That quote speaks volumes in this presentation. I'm not sure, it is unknown the author, but there are many different planting for the future programs that speak with this quote perfectly. You can grow trees in massive deforestation-torn areas, helping to grow in those damaged and devastated areas by replanting natural trees and plants that are known to those areas, that are naturally occurring with a little help. And by doing that, you're planting not only for yourself, for the good of the earth, but for the future, for your future, for our future altogether. After all, we as humans are the ones that are destroying it. And it should be our job to replenish it. And after we've destroyed it for so many years. Journalist Katarina Croft-Cusworth works hand in hand with the restoration efforts in South Asia Pacific, to help otherwise slow, halt, and reverse the effects of deforestation. I've used a visual aid from a few of her website pictures that they bring in the locals from different areas around South Asia Pacific, to help replenish the naturally occurring trees that have otherwise been obstructed in the deforestation process. Bennett Freeman, Chair Advisory Board of Sustainability, works with numerous political investors whose main purpose and efforts go to the rehabilitation process of natural habitats, working with Global Witness and the efforts to make the change in political corruption and get the help that is needed to rebuild what was so effortlessly destroyed in this world of ours. There are many things that can be done in the aspects of deforestation to help replenish on our part. What I can do is something that we can all do together. In retrospect, Carbon Brief, National Geographic, NASA, and all more alike described a period in where there will be time when there will be no more trees left to filter our toxic airways, to cool our temperamental earth, and to provide a sanctuary to all wildlife. This time is only 100 years away, and at the rate we are going now, some may not like this, but it needs to be said and need to be heard. That time will be closing in quick. Recognize now that there is a problem before it is too late. 100 years will be here faster than one might think, and harm a lot. And harm will happen a lot in that time. Be the difference for future generations. Slow, halt, and restore the mass deforestation-torn areas. Thank you.